Okay, so I want to talk just a little about the word afraid. Okay? You can use it and scared. You can say, I'm afraid of something, right? You can say, I'm afraid of clowns. I'm afraid of balloons. I'm afraid of chairs. It's a terrible life. I'm terribly afraid of chairs. But you can also say, I'm afraid to do something, right? You can use it with a verb.
Right.
I'm afraid to swim. I'm afraid to speak English. I'm afraid to spend money. Anything? What could you say? What are you afraid to do?
I'm afraid to jump out of an airplane.
Oh, very true. Would you ever do it?
Probably not.
Really? Maybe?
I don't think so.
All right. But the one thing I really want to point out is a phrase, I'm afraid that. You use this phrase, it doesn't mean the same as when you say I'm scared or I'm afraid. It doesn't mean you have just this intense fear. But when you use it, you can use it to disagree with someone or to ask someone to explain themselves. Or it's just a way to make words more polite. It's a way to make them more gentle. If someone says, I'm afraid that I don't understand, right? It's better in a class than if a student says, I don't understand. It's kind of, I don't know, it makes teachers angry a little. But if you say, I'm afraid I don't understand, it's very polite, very gentle. If someone has, pneumonia or cancer or a serious illness, the doctor says, I'm afraid you have cancer. It'd be rude if he just said, you have cancer. Right? Any questions on that, or do you understand pretty well?
I think I understand that.
Yeah? All right.
Yes.
Excellent. Then the next thing I want to talk about, this is kind of a lot, but you're doing good. I want to talk about phobias. Have you heard that word before? Or
Yes.
Okay. What's a phobia?
Something that someone is almost deathly afraid of.
Right. It's almost a disease, right? It's an intense fear. Sometimes something bad happened in the past, or for some reason there's a situation or a thing that they have an intense fear of. Okay. From the internet, always reliable, I printed off the 10 most common phobias. And we'll just say, phobias are big, long Latin words, so we'll just say fear of whatever. You don't need to know agoraphobia, or that's not an important word.
Is that one of them?
Maybe, but but what do you think? What are the 10 most common? What do you think?
I would say fear of spiders.
Number 1. Nice. Excellent job. That is the most common phobia.
I'm afraid of them too.
Yes, you are not alone. There are lots of people with phobias of spiders. Scared of spiders. Okay, what else?
Fear of... I don't know if that would be... fear of snakes?
Number 2! Nice! Nice! Are you cheating? Are you looking at my paper?
No.
I did not prepare her.
No.
Excellent job. 1 and 2. Perfect.
What about fear of small spaces?
Small spaces. That is agoraphobia, like I said earlier. Yeah, it's fear of a situation where you can't escape. I guess that's a little different. Maybe you're talking more about claustrophobia?
Yeah.
Okay, I gave one away then. Sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah, so there are fear of small spaces, and also fear of being in a situation you can't get away. Maybe fear that you'll be in a big crowd and if someone's chasing you, or fear that you'll be in a big field and need to use the bathroom or something. That's agoraphobia, but don't worry about that word. But that's number 4. And yeah, what else?
Let's see.
Try just one more.
My dad's afraid of the water.
Afraid of the water? That is not here, I'm afraid. Sorry. But we do have...
You're afraid it's not on the list?
I'm afraid that's not on the list. Perfect. Very good student. Okay, so we're talking... what's left are the fear of heights is number 3. People don't like being high. They don't like... People don't like being high up. They get scared. The fear of dogs is number 5. It's a very serious thing. I hope no one watching this video is afraid of dogs. The fear of thunder and lightning is actually number 6.
Really?
Yeah, true. The fear of injections. Now you're a nurse.
Yes.
Have you come across anyone with a fear of injections?
Quite a few, particularly children.
That's true. They don't like it. What?
But adults as well.
Really?
Yes. No, I don't find too many who enjoy injections.
Yeah, that's true. I doubt too many people just, oh boy, I'm getting shot. Okay. Number 8 is a social phobia. Where you're scared of social situations. You're scared to go out in public and meet people, meet new people especially. You'd rather stay home, and it's really you start maybe crying or breathing really, really fast when there's people around. And hi, how are you? What are you doing? It's too much. Okay. Number 9 is the fear of flying, and number 10 is the fear of germs or dirt. Fear of those sorts of things. All right, at this point, we've been talking for a long time, so I would move into another group discussion time. If I have more than 2 students, if I had 4 or more, I would change the groups up. Sometimes you have one student in the class who enjoys talking quite a bit, or you have another student who doesn't hardly say a word. Sometimes just changing the group can get them more involved. In certain classes, if they only click in certain groups, if they're only talking, maybe I'd look at that differently. But typically, I change the group up and then have another discussion period. At the end of that time, that would be about another 10 minutes. I have 8 different questions set out, so 16 questions in all throughout the period. And then at the end of that, like I said earlier, would be the time where I made corrections. I'd take everything I had on my notepad. If it's available, I'd write it on a marker board. Just while they're having the second group discussion, I'd write the mistakes that I had seen, just kind of at the tail end of that. And then we'd go over them all together. We'd talk, and without pointing anyone out, we'd make corrections on the board. I'd give the grammatical reasons, and we'd go from there. If there's no whiteboard, I'd just show them my notebook. Something like that. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to view my video. I hope everything works out great and we're a wonderful fit. I'd like to hear from you and hear more information on NY English Studio. Thanks, Jennifer. It's my sister. She's a nurse. She's a wonderful student as well. And thanks, Charlie, and have a great day.